Imagine waking up nearly 100,000 years ago. There are no cities, no kingdoms, and no armies. Only a small band of humans struggling to survive in a vast, dangerous wilderness. Every sunrise is uncertain, and every decision could mean the difference between life and death. In a world like this, cooperation isn't just helpful, it is essential.
Our ancestors hunted together, gathered food together, and protected one another from predators. Alone humans stood little chance against giant hyenas, saber-toothed cats, or harsh winters. Survival depended on trust. Sharing food, caring for injured companions, and raising children as a group gave humans an extraordinary evolutionary advantage. Without teamwork, our species might never have survived.
Yet, hidden beneath this remarkable cooperation was another side of human nature. The very intelligence that allowed early humans to work together also gave them the ability to compete, deceive, and plan. When food became scarce, when water holes dried up, or when two groups reached the same hunting grounds, difficult choices emerged. Should they share what little remained, move elsewhere, or fight for survival?
Archaeologists have uncovered ancient human skeletons bearing fractured skulls, embedded stone points, and healed injuries that suggest violent encounters were not completely unknown. Some of these wounds may have resulted from accidents or hunting, while others appear more consistent with deliberate attacks. Because the evidence is limited, scientists continue to debate exactly when intentional killing first became part of human behavior. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Violence did not suddenly appear with civilization.
The earliest humans were neither peaceful saints nor relentless killers. Like modern people, they possessed the capacity for compassion and conflict. Evolution shaped both cooperation and aggression because each could improve survival under different circumstances. Understanding why these opposite instincts evolved together may reveal one of the deepest secrets of human history.
But if humans depended on one another more than ever before, what could possibly drive someone to kill another member of their own species? The answer begins with one of evolution's oldest rules. Survival always comes at a cost.
Evolution does not reward kindness or violence by themselves. Instead, it favors behaviors that increase the chances of survival and passing on genes to the next generation. In most situations, cooperation offered the greatest advantage. But when resources became desperately limited, the same evolutionary pressures could push people toward deadly conflict.
Imagine two small bands of ancient humans arriving at the same river after weeks of drought. The water is running low, animals are disappearing, and children in both groups are starving. There is no government to settle disputes, no laws to enforce peace, and no backup source of food. Every choice carries enormous consequences. Walking away could mean death. Fighting might also mean death, but it could leave enough resources for the survivors. Anthropologists believe that competition over food, fresh water, shelter, and hunting territory likely played a major role in prehistoric violence. Territory was more than land. It represented safety, predictable resources, and a future for the next generation. Defending it could become a matter of survival rather than hatred. Another powerful force was social status. Within early human groups, individuals who earned respect often gained better access to mates, stronger alliances, and greater influence over decisions. Most disagreements probably ended through negotiation, intimidation, or ritual displays.
Yet, occasionally, conflicts may have escalated beyond control. A single act of revenge could trigger cycles of retaliation that lasted for generations, especially in small communities where everyone remembered past wrongs. Modern psychology suggests that humans evolved remarkable abilities to recognize threats, form alliances, and distinguish between trusted companions and outsiders. These instincts helped protect groups from danger, but they also made suspicion and fear powerful emotional forces. An unfamiliar face approaching a valuable hunting ground could be seen not as a potential friend, but as a serious risk.
Even so, scientists caution against imagining prehistoric life as constant warfare. Evidence suggests that cooperation remained far more common than violence. The challenge is understanding why peaceful communities sometimes crossed an invisible line, transforming isolated acts of conflict into something far larger. That transformation would eventually reshape human history forever.
For tens of thousands of years, most humans lived in small, mobile bands. If tensions grew too high, one family could simply leave and settle elsewhere. Distance often solved problems before violence became widespread. But as the climate changed and populations slowly increased, that simple solution became much harder. Around 12,000 years ago, in several parts of the world, some human communities began settling near fertile rivers, lakes, and grasslands. Instead of constantly moving, they stayed in one place for longer periods.
They gathered larger amounts of food, domesticated plants and animals, and gradually built the foundations of permanent villages. For the first time, people had something new to defend, not just their lives, but their homes, stored food, and valuable land. Archaeological discoveries from this period reveal a noticeable increase in evidence of violent injuries. Some prehistoric burial sites contain multiple individuals who appear to have died during the same violent event. At places such as Jebel Sahaba in the Nile Valley, numerous skeletons bear injuries from stone projectiles, although researchers continue to debate whether these deaths resulted from one battle or repeated episodes of conflict over time.
Even with ongoing scientific discussion, the evidence suggests that organized violence became more common as societies grew more complex. Larger communities also created stronger identities. People increasingly saw themselves as members of a particular group, village, or territory. Loyalty strengthened cooperation within the community, but it could also deepen mistrust toward outsiders. Protecting our people sometimes meant confronting their people. What may have begun as disputes over resources gradually evolved into conflicts between entire groups.
Human intelligence accelerated this transformation. Our ancestors could now plan attacks, coordinate defenses, remember past betrayals, and teach survival strategies to the next generation. These abilities helped humans build civilizations, yet they also made conflict more organized than ever before. The story was no longer about one person attacking another. It had become a story about groups, alliances, and the birth of warfare itself. But the most surprising discovery is that the same human brain capable of creating war also evolved the remarkable ability to create lasting peace.
So, why did ancient humans start killing each other? There was no single moment, no first battle, and no simple answer. Instead, violence emerged from the same evolutionary journey that also produced cooperation, intelligence, and compassion. The traits that allowed humans to survive could, under the wrong circumstances, turn allies into enemies. Perhaps the greatest lesson hidden in our prehistoric past is this: the forces that once divided our ancestors are still part of us today, but so is the extraordinary ability to choose a different path.